Hello. I feel like I've been making really long audio video lately. So I just wanted to tune in with a few recurring themes and messages, if you will, that I've been feeling the last few days. And my intention is not to make this one too long. So I was outside the other day and I looked down on the grass and there was this yellow, marigold color yellow. As soon as I started to see that, this little gnat is just coming so close to my face. And one of the dogs that I'm watching has been in the other room for an hour. And he just, as soon as I started this, walked over to me. And yeah, so you could be, it's funny, I was going to say I'm a little tired, honestly, so please bear with me. But I really felt like this wanted to come through. What I found was, it looked like a horseshoe-shaped magnet. The yellow dandelion marigold-ish thing. And my friend sent me a photo of her marigolds the other day. So that color could be significant. Feeling free to look up dandelion and or marigold symbolism, metaphysical properties, healing properties, and of course, please feel free to share what you find. So speaking of magnets and magnetism, as soon as I was talking about that, like I said, this little gnat and the dog came over to me, almost immediately. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I just got a notification on my phone. It's 5 o'clock on the dot, and I've been seeing a lot of zeros, and it said, I'm just cracking up, magnet storm, new data on geomagnetic activity. I downloaded this app a while ago, and I keep saying I'm going to use it, and I don't. I usually get my updates from other people. There's some things you outsource and some things you like to do yourself, So it's funny because the magnet storm, logo is a sun. The color, I was just talking about the marigoldy, dandelion-y yellow, and dandelions are not yellow. I don't know why I keep saying dandelion, or are they? Oh my god, my brain right now. No, I don't think they are. So dandelion, I always associate dandelions with making a wish. So maybe someone here made a wish for becoming more magnetic. That's very specific, so only take that if it sits with you. And I just saw 333 on the timer. Anyway, so the glyph, I'm sure that wasn't an accident. Maybe someone here is working with glyphs in some way. Drawing glyphs, looking up hieroglyphs. For a few of you, I'm hearing talisman, so maybe you are creating glyphs and encoding them as talisman. Perhaps just drawing them or creating them with some sort of, with your hands in some way. Or you could be, feeling called to do that. And, yeah, so this, magnet, if you want to Google a magnet storm, if you want to see the image, but yeah, it's literally a horseshoe magnet, and it's pulling the sun towards it. It's so funny. So let me just regroup here. Pulling the sun. I just recorded something the other day on, I think it was the Solar Heart Pathway video, and I was talking about a deep karmic masculine or father side release that feels like it's been coming to some sort of completion, like ending a cycle or cycles. I just looked down the timer. It was 5:10, which is my mom's birthday. And I was about to say something about the feminine aspect of magnetism. So I think it was in Tom Kenyon. Tom Kenyon wrote a book. He is a sound healer, and he doesn't really identify as a channel, but he will bring through transmissions. Plus he does other things, and he wrote this book, and he speaks about, you want to know something very funny? I literally completely lost my train of thought on Tom Kenyon and why he's relevant to this. So if it comes back around, I will trust that. But he does talk about the Hathors a lot, and I've been feeling their energy so much. Yeah, so I heard Sacred Cow. I may have mentioned this in another audio, but you could be seeing cow symbolism, milk, breast milk, craving, like milk, nut milk, whole milk, whatever you know, no judgment here, any kind of milk, or just like seeing, like you could be dreaming of it. I don't know why I'm like speaking very entirely, I'm like tongue-tied again. This happened in another video recently. Okay, so yeah, there's like this I heard solar activation. So take that how that applies to you. It can come through in many layers. In fact, I'm sure it has been coming through in many layers. And as we know, this solar energy is generally represented in the masculine polarity. And so when I saw this little magnet that's like what sparked the inspiration to record, I did record about 15 minutes, and I was just getting so many interactions. Nope. Oh, maybe you're about to have some sort of interaction that you weren't expecting, because I meant to say distractions, after a period of distractions. And my internet went out this morning for a little bit. Like, it was so bizarre. It just like wouldn't work. There's no reason. I know it's Mercury retrograde, or it's starting Mercury retrograde, and a lot of people associate Mercury retrograde with interference in communication and electronics. So yeah, nothing to fear, just nice to know sometimes what's going on in the celestial realms to help us, just navigate. I like to think of it as a time or a call to like just reevaluate, slow down, check in. Okay, so this whole first few minutes of opening up with magnetism and then having all those synchronicities almost immediately. So each one of you will probably be in a different space with this, but there's this I heard magnetic aura implosion. Interesting. So sometimes I talk about what it, from like the perspective of some of the more like science aspect of the electromagnetic field, centripetal implosion, and I was talking about vortices and vortexes in one of the last things I recorded. So yeah, there's something about the magnetic polarity. So that's right, Tom Kenyon. So electromagnetic. So the one polarity in electromagnetic is masculine and one is feminine, and one, attracts and is magnetic, and the other is like electric, like lightning. It's like the charge, the spark, the masculine aspect. If I am jumbling these words a little bit, please bear with me, because like I said, I'm a little bit sleepy today. It's very hot here, and I took these two dogs to the dog park, and it was an adventure. So I'm just resting right now. Anyway, something like that could be relevant. Maybe someone here. Oh, and I kept getting like puppy energy. I don't know. Maybe someone here is like just got a puppy, or is thinking about getting a puppy, or is like reminiscing on when their dog was a puppy. Could just be like symbolically something is coming in, like in puppy energy. And so, yeah, because I do feel a little bit like giddy. But at the same time, I'm honestly, like I keep saying, there's a very like, I keep seeing the Nine of Wands, like in tarot, pop up. Just like Nine of Wands can be like you're a little bit on the defense, or you're just like at the end. It's like right before the Ten of Wands. You're like at the end of something, but there's still like a final push. So when I saw that magnet on the ground, I happened to look up into the sky, and I was scrying in a cloud for a second, and I saw a seahorse. And there are these like seahorse fountains near where I'm staying that I keep seeing as well. And the interesting thing I learned about seahorses, you may already know this, is that they transfer the eggs from the feminine, and the masculine actually carries the eggs when they're procreating. So there could be something like that here, like a transference, energy transference. That could be a few different meanings. The energy transference is like you could just be picking up energetically on someone that you're connected to who holds a more masculine polarity. And or someone else was talking about this too, actually. I heard another reader. I didn't expect it to come through though. I was feeling this. There's like a flip-flop in the designated masculine, feminine polarity. And again, this can be internal too. It doesn't have to be external. So yeah, there's like a holding of space from more of the masculine energy as they tap more into like feminine qualities like rest and sensuality and savoring. And then the feminine polarity who has been more in the like Four of Swords, resting, magnetizing, etc., is sort of in that Nine of Wands, like last push of tuning into inspired action and really wrapping up these cycles. So fish, I just heard fish. You may have your North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. That could be relevant for someone. And I'm also hearing Yod, Y-O-D. So there could be like maybe even researching a Yod or Yod in astrology, or there could be something there. I've been seeing 17 like all day, 17, 17, 17, which is the star card in tarot, and I've been feeling that star energy ruled by Aquarius, so Aquarian energy can be present in some way, but my left palm started to tingle. Yeah, so the star card, I was talking about deep healing, which that can represent, and the healing waters, like the Aquarius is the water bearer, and so yeah, now I'm hearing emotional upheaval. As you know, water, or you might know, water can represent the emotional body. So there's this like collective last push anxiety. I feel like someone else was just giving a message similar to this. So I'm trying to like not, it just seems to be the collective frequency that's coming through. So yeah, there's something here also about trusting those, again, that dandelion, those wishes that you set out. And I know I just heard someone say like, oh, I'm so sick of trusting. Like, yeah, I get it. But I think that's what a lot of this has been, you know, like deepening faith and trust and blind faith, all of those things, at least in the, you know, feminine polarity aspect, and allowing this inspired action to continue while balancing that knowing of when you need to rest and when it's time to change course, when it's time to, like really stay in that present energy of allowing things to come to you, but knowing when it's time to take action. And I was thinking about this earlier, how when I first kind of started getting into some of these concepts, I think I honestly was a little bit too heavy in the letting things come to me, although I did learn so much in that space. And I really spent time in honing and practicing my craft and rewiring my nervous system, etc. But there were still certain inspired actions that I could have taken that I didn't. So that could be something here, like maybe there's this recovery process for someone where you're kind of realizing the same, and it doesn't have to be the same exact thing, but just something in retrospect. There's so many, when you tune into this kind of deep ancestral releasing and rewiring, there can be, depending on your own personal slate, there can be lots of things to tackle. So it's just a reminder to really go easy on yourself and to remember that I just felt like a lump in my heart. I'm hearing the song in my head all of a sudden. It only takes a minute, girl, to fall in love. So it's something can, things can change at the drop of a hat. So there is this potent magnetic frequency. What is it, Lucy? Come here. And now Lucy, the girl dog, just came over to me. And her little whimpery bark. There's something I was going to say about expression. So whatever that feels like to you, there could be whatever it is that you have been focusing on or that you feel a call to focus on. Yeah. And just sort of give it all you got and just keep holding that vision for yourself and taking those aligned steps, because I'm hearing it's so easy. It could be so easy to just stop and throw in the towel, but this is kind of just a little, if you really feel something, to not give up. You might need to learn a few new things along the way or pivot a few times, but yeah, there's just some sort of this potent magnetic availability, and I'm hearing bioavailability. And this can apply, I feel like it applies to multiple things in your life. So it could be family. There could be I know there's a lot of heavy, it seems like there's this anxiety, collective anxiety. I recorded something a few months ago on my channel, or 2 months ago. I think I called it it was a guided meditation, empathic root sponge or something like that. That could be helpful right now, or a million other things on the internet that you might feel connected to, or a meditation app, silence. But yeah, just really taking the time to take space with your nervous system and flush out whatever you need to flush out. And if you're already doing that, then that's wonderful. Yeah, so anyway, if you are going through something heavy or a little bit heavy right now with your family, or friends, or just yourself, these things are still part. What is it, girl?